Hey everybody, welcome back to La Vita Pasta. I'm Justin Barker, your host tonight, and tonight we are gonna make blistered green beans, Italian style, like a garlicky, yummy white wine green beans. So let me show you what you need, folks. You need a splash of white wine. Of course, you need a little something to enjoy, because we cook with what we consume. You need a little bit of olive oil. A little bit of butter. I like Kerrygold. It's worth the extra 50 cents for the tub of butter. You're gonna use real good butter. This is good Irish butter. You're gonna need some green beans. I like fresh green beans, and before I'll put them in, I'll make sure I go through. I always take off any of the ends that have edges. You see that? Little edge like that. That edge is fine. But you wanna go through and make sure there's no tails or anything like that. Then you're gonna need a little bit of garlic, okay? So what I wanna show you tonight, we're going to start with how to actually cut garlic. Many people have never actually learned how to do this. I want to show you what a garlic clove unpeeled looks like and a garlic clove peeled, okay? So how do you get from this to this without sitting there for half an hour trying to pick garlic off? Well, you crush with your hand until you hear it pop, and then it pops literally, and the whole skin just comes right off. Literally, just look. Now that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is you put it in a metal canister. Look at that, done, okay? And of course, you just throw away all the stuff you don't use. Now, when you're cutting garlic, it's important that you have a sharp knife. This is Rhineland Cutlery. I like them. They're not sponsored. They don't sponsor the show, but nonetheless, it's important to have good knives. And we're cutting off the edges. You'll notice, see, that edge is fine. We don't want that hard edge because people can taste that, and it's like crunchy and nasty. So what I like to do when I'm cutting garlic is very simply I like to have small pieces in my green beans. I don't want giant chunks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice down through the middle first, and I'm gonna turn it up on its edge, okay? And you'll notice I'm gonna go down through one more time through the middle, and then you'll notice how my fingers are. I'm gonna just now and you get pretty close to the end. Now, those little things look like big chunks, and I'll address that in just a second, but you'll notice now how fast it goes. Okay, good. Same thing with the next one. You're gonna do the same thing, cut down through. Okay, so we've got some, oh my gosh, can you smell that? Mm-hmm. That's insane, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cut down through again. Okay, now, then I'll stick them all in the middle and watch what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go back over all of them a few more times. You don't have to be aggressive with this. This is super easy. A sharp knife makes a huge difference in when you're cutting things. And look, my fingers aren't gonna get in the way here. There's nothing that can do that's gonna hurt myself, all right? And it's important that you understand, you gotta be careful when you're cutting, because these knives are sharp. All knives, or most knives are sharp. And I can't state enough the importance of having good sharp knives. All right, so now we're gonna go over to the stove top, and we're gonna put a little splash of olive oil in our pan, okay? Just about a tablespoon of oil, and you'll see that the pan's hot. If you'll notice, it's on medium-high heat. I'm gonna lower that down. I wanted it just hot for a splash effect, but I want no higher than 5 to 6. And you can see the smoke coming off the pan, okay? Now, what's important is if you get too hot of oil and you put garlic in there right away, you forget your garlic. You don't wanna do that. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take that hot oil and we're gonna add our green beans first. And you're gonna hear, watch the sound. And all I'm doing by flipping it like that is making sure the olive oil spreads and the beans get covered in olive oil, which is gonna make them blister, okay? Now, whoops, look at that guy. I had a volunteer right there. He wanted to get out of there. He's gonna get eaten if he's not careful. All right, so what you're seeing here, we're on 4 to 5 heat. Now we're gonna add a little bit of white wine. I'm gonna add a little butter, a tablespoon of butter. Look at that. Look what's happening there. It's gonna be just soaking up all those delicious juices. Okay, now watch what we're doing now. We're gonna take our garlic and we're gonna go right in on top, okay? Now these only take about 5 minutes like this. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna have all kinds of flavors going on. Put a little pepper, okay? Just a little bit of pepper, a pinch. Pinch, if you'll notice in my fingers, is just a pinch. A little salt. And all we're doing is we're just gonna continue to let these bathe, okay? Look at that. Now, come smell that. Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite dishes to make because it's so fragrant and it's so pleasing to the palate. And especially if you're enjoying a nice glass of wine with it, which you should be, what's gonna happen is your brain is gonna connect your palate to this dish. And that garlic is gonna soak up the wine and the butter and you're gonna have an incredible flavor. So, what I'll tell you is we're gonna let this again, we're gonna cook. It's already blistered from when we first put it in that hot oil, blistered the sides. And if you come really close, you'll notice, like it looks like little blister marks on the beans here and there. That's what we want, okay? That's what we want. And that happens in the first 30 seconds of putting it in the pan. Now everything else is just like, you know, making sure temperature-wise, because you want these beans to be a little crispy, right? A little flavor in the crispiness there. So this is blistered garlic baked beans. Hello, green beans that you will love with any side dish. Again, it goes with steak, it goes with chicken, it goes with fish, it can go with anything, and it's a perfect, healthy way to enjoy your green beans. And again, green beans were maybe $2. I used 50 cents worth of garlic. I used maybe 50 cents worth of white wine. Super cheap, right? And again, you can use any white wine. Like I cook with usually cheap white wines because you don't need expensive white wines when you're cooking. Just a cheap bottle of, Sutter Home or any of these bottles that are $5 or $6 can go fine for your cooking. You know, you don't want to drink a lot of it. It may give you a headache, but cooking with it, it's fine. We'll open up a really good bottle for dinner. But I hope this is easy for you. Inside of 5 minutes, you're making a great dinner. We're actually almost done. They've been on about 5 minutes, and these, we'll flip them a few times. But you'll see in just a second how good they are. Again, I'm Justin. This is La Vita Pasta, and thanks for coming.